So, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mick. I'm in very sunny Spain, January the 7th. Absolutely glorious day, it's about 19 degrees. We're lucky we've got away for a week, just after the Christmas rush. We actually managed to get away five weeks a year, me and my wife. And the reason we can do that is because we book the travel independently. Sometimes now you look through the brochures and you see some of the prices and you think, wow, that's a bit beyond me, but we managed to get. We can get 5 weeks a year than what it would cost you for, say, 2 weeks in the Dominican Republic. And we enjoy it, but we do it independently. We come to Spain quite a lot and make ourselves guests in the country rather than holiday makers. We're not really into these package type things where it's all inclusive and you get up and go for dinner, or get up and go for breakfast, then turn up for lunch, then turn back up for dinner, and then sit there and watch some sort of 10 bob entertainment for an hour at night. And then off you go to bed and you get up the next morning and start it again. We tend to blend ourselves into the country, use the local restaurants, do quite a lot of cooking ourselves, keep the price down, and we can enjoy more time here. So first thing you need to do, you're going to need to book a flight. If you've never done it before, it's not as daunting as you think. You can, there's varied ones available. I tend to book direct with the sites rather than going through third parties. If you're not used to it, it can be a bit of a minefield. End up with a load of transfers all over the world. It takes you 20 hours for a 3-hour flight. Jet2, we've used them this time. Sometimes you sort of price them up for June and September and they can be a bit expensive. We used Ryanair twice last year. When I booked the flights for June in January with Ryanair, they were exactly 50% of what it would have been with Jet2, and Jet2 aren't really expensive. I've sort of given TUI a wide berth, especially since the pandemic, because there's a bit of a, if the media are right, and if you look at any of their forums on the internet, people are just absolutely fed up with flights getting cancelled, holidays getting cancelled, overnight stays because of some mysterious thing that's happened in the country when everybody else's flights took off. So, obviously it's up to you. We did use the one from Doncaster on a Sunday a few times, then it turned out that we had to fly on a Saturday, and obviously they only used to fly on a Sunday from there. And now sadly Doncaster has gone, so no more flights from there, unfortunately. So that's flights. So we paid, I think when we flew over in June, we paid something like £400 for 2 people. That was including extra leg room because I've got long legs and I'm quite a bit over 10 stone. So we got extra leg room with that, and I think it was £780 with Jet2, so there was a fair old saving there. Then when you get there, unless you go into somewhere near the airport where you can just get a taxi, we actually travel 40 kilometres up near Nerca. This time we're in a place called Torres Costa. We've been to this apartment block a few times. It's an apartment block called the Ole Nerca. O-O-L-E. Was it O-E-E? I can't remember anyway. Ole Nerca, which used to be the Puerto Calacetti 9 years ago, the first time we ever travelled to it. It's a beautiful, modern styled apartment block. It's got pools available in the summer. Obviously you wouldn't want to go swimming now, it'd be a bit tepid. And so we've been staying there. There's loads and loads of accommodation in Nerca as well. You can actually get, I think, taxi transfer from Malaga Airport to Nerca is about €90. So it wouldn't break the bank, would it really? So that's that sort of taken care of. One thing you must not do, or I would advise you not to do, is start transferring money through bank accounts into other people's bank accounts. Because let's face it, the holiday industry is just the same as any other industry, and you could get scammed. We tend to pay for our accommodation on a credit card, and I've never had any problem. We use booking.com most of the time. In fact, all the time, really. You just go on there, search where you want to be, how many people you want in there, and see what's available. Never had a problem with booking.com. Always, the accommodation's always been there when we've got there. There has been things in the past where people have booked things that haven't been there, but I think they sort of tightened their security up. But remember, booking.com do not own any properties. They're only a go-between between you and the person that's letting the property out, should I say. The other thing is, if you've tried it that way, and then you get somewhere that you really like, you sometimes find local letting agents. We were lucky. We travelled to Frigliano, which is not far away from here, went in a villa with Tui, and then found a local letting agent, and we've booked with him every year since. Last few times we've booked the same villa because we like it that much, and we also get on really well with the owners. So I say it's a bit of a confidence thing. So you do need to get going that. Obviously, if you need to hire a car, we now use not endorsing them in any way, shape or form. They're not sponsoring this video or anything like that. We use Marbasol, which is just slightly off at Malaga Airport. If you've ever been, just opposite the San Miguel Brewery. It does require getting in a truck and just popping around and picking your car up from there. Don't do what I did this time. I don't know what I did. Made some sort of mistake on the thing. When I got there, I hadn't actually got a car booked. So I ended up, instead of having a 1 Series BMW, which I did actually book, but it turned out it was booked for sometime in December, I ended up with a Skoda Citigo, which, to be really honest, I'm really pleased about. It's like a little go-kart. It's amazing. I've really had some fun with it. Also, if you book cars on the airport, you usually pay a premium for picking it up from the airport. So if you can be bothered just to go a little bit further off the airport to pick your car up, you might, I think it's like €50, at the very least, because obviously these poor companies have got to pay a massive fee to the airport to be allowed to use the premises, that type of thing. So, and we use Marbasol, and after about the second hire, they give you a discount card, and we actually do get 20% off every time. And I've tried going in there as a guest and booking a car, and then when I do put my details in, I do save 20%. It's the same with booking.com. If you use them often enough, you get to different levels of thing, and there's a few benefits that you can get for using them all the time. I think I'm on Genius level 2, which usually makes certain things that you get. I can't really remember what it is, but there's definitely certain things that you actually get. And so that's your car hire. Obviously your flight. It's a little bit more responsibility what you've got to do. The Interbus going to come and pick you up, so you've got to make sure you're at the airport on time, especially if you're using Ryanair. They're very, very strict. If you don't get to the gate when they tell you to, there's no way you're getting on there. So take into account security queues at airports. No good getting there 5 minutes after and they will not let you on, and then you stand there like something off the television screaming, because the more you scream, the less likely you're ever going to get any help from them whatsoever. So you just had to watch out for that, especially like Malaga Airport. There's a lot of times the security queue can be 500-600 people all waiting to get through these security gates, and you could be there an hour if you're not careful. But we've started booking a fast pass for the security to get through there, and you'll like, instead of being in a queue of 600, you're in a queue of 5. So there's another top tip. If I would definitely do that. It's about £5 each, not to stand in a queue of 600 people, and it takes the unpleasantness out of that. So I think we've just about covered it. Just start off slow, get some confidence going, and after a while you'll realise that you just do not need to book package holidays, and you can actually enjoy yourself as a guest in another country, probably a lot cheaper, and I found it a lot more interesting. The all-inclusive system now would just bore me to death. Get up, eat breakfast, drink all day, go to bed. It's just not me at all. We like to get out and travel about and have a look round the places, try different restaurants, try the local cuisine, and just chat to people. So there we go. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up, and if you've really enjoyed it, why not subscribe? I do try and put things on that are interesting. Sometimes the videos are a bit few and far between. I mean, there's different videos on this channel: mending chairs, things to buy off Amazon, places to stay in Spain, views of oceans and seas and stuff like that, which is one of my things. I'm sat next to one now, and it's beautiful and blue, and it's only January. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Catch you all soon. Bye bye.